So the way the forum will proceed now is I'll post questions for all the speakers to answer in turn, and then after that we'll open the discussion to the floor. So the first question, maybe I'll ask the law lecturer. Can you explain what is the Printing Presses and Publications Act? Or if someone else wants to take that one.
No, let me do this because it's the only one side. No. The Printing Presses and Publications Act is a law which requires you to have a license or a permit to own a printing press, to publish printed material, newspapers, to import printed materials as well. And so any activity in the print world requires a license. And the thing is, this license is given completely at the discretion of the minister. And if he doesn't like what you're doing, he can withdraw the license at any time. And his discretion is unquestionable, even by court. That's been put into the act itself. Yeah? So you can't actually challenge his decision, maybe on grounds of reasonableness, in court. And so that's why our newspapers are so crap, because they always have this law hanging over their heads, and their license can be taken away at any time, as what happens frequently, every now and then. But the biggest one was, of course, in '87. So it's their way of ensuring control without actually getting involved in the day-to-day running of the newspapers, because the newspapers will control themselves for fear of losing their license.
So who exactly are affected, if I may ask, Chin Huat? Okay. Is it just publishers?
Can I deviate from your question a bit? I want to show you something. Sorry for being a bit drama king here. Okay, tell me whether would this fit into the description of this. What do you see here?
Just see here.
Umbrella, right? Okay. Now tell me whether it would fit in the description here. All written or printed matter and anything, whether of a nature, familiar to written or printed matter or not, containing any visible representation. Yes? No? Yes? Okay, otherwise, the second one comes. Anything which by its form, shape, or in any manner is capable of suggesting words or ideas. Yes? No? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you, this is a publication. Because this is how publication is defined in PPPA. So it covers periodicals, as Asmi has mentioned, but as well as non-periodicals. Anything that is not regularly published, you still get governed under the part on undesirable publication. So technically, the Home Ministry has not done its homework. It should not have only banned cartoons books by Zuna, but it also should ban the umbrella because it's actually publication. And that's how you know if your books get banned next time, what you can do is print it on umbrella and carry around. But another thing that actually could have impact on that is actually the provisions on publications of false news. The law requires you to produce, to show evidence of you taking reasonable measures to verify the truth. Now, what does it mean when you come to internet? Basically means that on periodicals, Malaysia Kini, Malaysia Insider, everyone would need to apply permit. But also, they can push it a bit further. All your blogs are periodicals, right, by definition, because they're web journal. Now, in that kind of case, they can easily ask you to register as in Singapore. But also go beyond this. They can ban anything that you receive. If this is a sample of publication, is it not all the files that you receive through your email? So if they are, they can ban it anytime. And what's the cost that if you happen to possess something that has been banned, it's 3,000 fine in ringgit. If you send it out, I think it's 5,000 fine or 3 years in imprisonment or both. And what if you just get so habitual in retweeting whatever you get from the Twitter, or put up a link on Facebook without any evidence of you verifying the truth, and it turned out to be false, you can be charged like Irene Fernandez. That's the extent of the threat that we may face. I'm not saying that all these things would happen, but it's just to point to that how vague, how extensive the law can be.
And one of the other aspects of the PPPA is that it enforces basically a monopoly on the media. So in other countries, if in theory, you could start up a publication, and it's not just in terms of the control over the truth, but it's also control over the advertising revenue and things. And this is actually one of the arguments that's being used by the editors at the moment for greater control on publications such as Slang or Times, and also to some extent online publications. That these new publications are challenging their revenue flows, and they're not able to make the profits that they feel are necessary, and which flow into the wallet of the governing political parties. And I mean, the most obvious example being the Star, which generates a huge amount of money for MCA and finances and bankrolls the political party. If that advertising revenue is threatened, it's not just the Star that's threatened, but also the political party and their ability to finance BN campaigning. So the Printing Presses and Publications Act isn't just about the free flow of information, it's also about a level playing field. The way that it's been implemented in Malaysia is also about a level playing field for the political parties themselves, because the political parties are getting revenue from a monopoly system over advertising revenue. So that's just something else to think about there. And if that's extended onto the online world, that's also extending not just your information flows, which is undoubtedly the most important aspect of it, is that you wouldn't be able to get the same quality of information or the same freedom of expression online as you can today. But it also would extend their control over all that money as well.